Both of these runners are ready. I'm going to turn them loose for game number 1, gentlemen.
Excellent. So this will be interesting. Hole shot. I know Leaf does like to utilize. I believe he goes north side on this first room. So we'll see if these two have a little bit different strategy. Going for the hole shot here, and who comes out with that early lead? Doesn't typically matter too much, but it'll be interesting to see.
All right. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen, for the first game of the second chance semifinals. Our very own Mr. Dino and Prince Leaf both have their razor shields. And yep, as you alluded to, Prince Leaf taking the north door strategy here, which has worked with him a few times. It's worked out. And then there have been some runs where if the spawns aren't showing up, it doesn't work out for him. So we'll see how this plays out in game number 1. And this is, Mr. Dino getting extra.
Yeah, that was, just unfortunate. Just a couple extra for Dino there. Really not going to get out bad time, 41. But yeah, obviously you saw Prince Leaf did have some enemies drop out of the north there. Was able to use that razor shield pretty well and get out just a bit quicker there.
Yep, about a second and a quarter roughly. So, not really that much of a deficit. Prince Leaf gets a spreader foot for Mr. Dino. Looks like he's fishing for that orb. There's a razor shield for Prince Leaf and a razor shield for Dino. So equal drops for both. No orb for either. That's kind of interesting. And maybe we've used up all of the luck on that last match where these runners were just turning in absolute insane times. Again, that 73 that Bryce all had going into Eat My Shrapnel. Rockets now for Prince Leaf, but it's Mr. Dino who's going to get out first. Wow. 126 to 128, so he picked up about 3 seconds. But still no orb.
Yeah, that was very well done from Mr. Dino right there. Look at this! You got nice little orbs for both. Looking good. I mean, this is going to be pretty much a free clear out for both of them. I can't imagine either of them dropping this at this point. But that's the thing. When you're in these tournament matches, it only takes one little mistake to really shift it. I mean, if you just let a foot soldier or something through during this time, obviously both these guys aren't going to do it now, but every now and then, use something silly, or
good save there by
yeah.
Prince Leaf. I think he was in the habit of splitting right there, but he was able to get the timer back. So we're still lined up here. Rockets now for Dino as he dodges the shrapnels, and Prince Leaf doing some nifty shrapnel dodging himself.
Yeah, that double shrapnel explosion, nice little dodges right there from Leaf. Dino doing the same, and that's another one right there, the very beginning of the room here in Total Carnage. If you don't clear out those foot soldiers, you don't take awareness of where those shrapnel are, where they're blowing up, it could be a very early death for you. And if you take an early death here, you're going to lose some time.
And if you don't get good drops, you're going to lose a whole bunch of that time. Rockets now for Dino as the rest of that razor shield melts off. Prince Leaf still has most of that razor shield, but it's going to be Dino first with 304 and has a little bit of rocket clip left. Prince Leaf falling a little bit behind as that shrapnel goes off with a 312. He's about 8.5 seconds back as it's time for the first time in this match, time for Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell. Dino has about a third of a rocket clip left. I don't know if it's going to be enough to take out both with that orb. It is enough.
That's why I thought Dino had it just on the edge right there to where he was going to be able to actually get both these. If not, he was going to get able to get one rocket at least to the gunner.
And he's picked off of his orb there by one of the foot soldiers there. This could give Prince Leaf a chance to take the lead, but he drops the orb too and gets shot.
And God.
So both players having a rough go here in tank trouble. A razor shield and invulnerability for Dino. Looks like he's fishing for weapons here, using that as an offensive weapon as opposed to trying to keep the middle. He needs weapons, and vulnerability is not bad when you don't have a weapon. And Prince Leaf, there's an orb replacement for Dino.
Yeah, Prince Leaf getting kind of the second hand, not too bad setup. He got a foot early, then he got nuke, then he got invulnerability. So he just kind of running around doing what he could with it. Gets the rockets. able to clear out the room, not too far behind Dino, but Dino is going to get the first advantage here and has the orb here. That's going to be big.
Yeah, if he can get that ballbuster, it's a spreader. He may forego that opportunity. It's an 8-second difference. As Dino's going to go for the ballbuster, nailed it.
Very well done right there from Mr. Dino.
But there's an empty drop with the key. Prince Leaf can't get to those grenades, so he's kind of stuck to start and won't be able to take down the gunners. Now he gets grenades, but it's a lobber for Dino. So right now that lead extending. Another empty drop for Prince Leaf. More lobbers at consistent damage. That's what you like to see if you're not getting that spreader. More lobbers now for Dino. As the second arm pops off, that lead is continuing to grow for Dino. Leaf running out of time here as we see rockets. Another key for Mr. Dino, so he's going to have to look for another weapon to show up as the rib cage is now exposed. And then another lobber. Leaf still hunting for that spreader, getting rockets. There's that spreader. Will he get to it, or will Mutoid Man block him? Just got to it. He needed that, folks, to have any chance. Now Dino had a little bit of an vulnerability. He'll get a spreader chance, then gets hit, but not the end of the world. He'll still get some grenades, so he did get something off of it. But Prince Leaf, final form now for Dino. That spreader that Leaf got might be a little too late as lobbers for both.
Yeah, I think Leaf needed it.
Dino trying to finish off Mutoid Man with this lobber. Will he do it? Yes, he does. So Prince Leaf was able to get to the final form at the same time, but it just wasn't enough. He needed another spreader, and it's gonna be our very own Mr. Dino drawing first blood with a 6:32. Prince Leaf not that far behind.
Yeah, absolutely. That was definitely a how is Mutoid going to shake this down? Didn't really give anything too phenomenal to either of the runners. Early spreader action, but then as you can see, both just kind of making it do, getting the grenades, getting the lobbers in there, getting the damage in, and sub 7-minute times for both of them. Not too bad.
Absolutely here. So it is going to be Dino taking game number 1. And Prince Leaf going to look to equalize here. But again, with Prince Leaf, with his tournament experience, the only one to take a match off of Deller in the second annual tournament and pushing Bryce off to the very edge in that winners semifinals, definitely capable of making the comeback here. We'll see if Prince Leaf is able to equalize. Mr. Dino can go up front 2-0.
Well, we talked about it in the beginning. I mean, perhaps that was the letdown game that we were talking about for Prince Leaf. He came into it with that 523. Here it was a 640X. Not too far off from what I had suggested in my little soliloquy there. So, who knows? Now will he be able to bounce back from it is the question.
I mean, given Prince Leaf's abilities, I am sure he's going to look to bounce back from a pedestrian time like a 6.4x. I mean, 6.4x is nothing to sneeze at, but at this stage of the game, you know that you got to do better than a 6.4x.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both these runners think they have to do better than what they did right there. I think Mr. Dino has to feel a little lucky getting a win with that time. Honestly, I think between both these runners, they both expect that they're low 6-minute at the worst might be the time going forward. Obviously, RNG is going to kind of change that for both of them, but you can't feel great with a 6.5-minute time with either of these runners, given how good they are.
Absolutely, Tapatio. I mean, you want it, as you mentioned. You probably, at the very worst, this stage of the game, 6.1x. I'd have to say at this point. Maybe a low 6.2x if, RNG really is trash to you. But we'll see what happens here as game number 2 is underway. They both have the Razor Shield and both employing the same strats as they're normally doing. And it is going to be Dino, it looks like, with the whole shot here by just a little bit.
Just a hair. We're both coming in with pretty much a 40. going into the next room. Much to be expected with all these runners, these final four going forward here. Our finalists. I know. Ooh, that's a nice drop. Gets in a decent position too. He's able to clear it out and just maintain that center immediately. Very nicely done.
But meanwhile, Prince Leaf also picking up an orb, so the equal drops continuing. Rockets now for Dino. Able to shred through these. More rockets now for Mr. Dino. Might be able to finish off the room with these, and indeed he does.
Sub one. Yeah.
Wow. Sub 80 for both. Hot, spicy times.
Yeah, absolutely. Rockets immediately for Dino because carrying him from the next room, but Razors immediately from Leaf, so being able to get that protection in. Both are pretty much set up to not lose any time this room at all.
Yeah, the protection from that swirl, definitely going to put the mines at ease and just needs to keep the room under control. It's 18 Mr. Shrapnels that we need to take out. Maximum 4 on the screen at any given time, and both of them doing a really good job with damage control here. It's just going to come down to who maybe get that closing good weapon at the end. Neither player going to get that. We're dead even. 202. Wow.
Leaf does a nice little spin around strat initially, is able to kind of get that initial group cleared out. That's a little bit of a thing. I think for folks that are doing well early on the run, sometimes when you enter Total Carnage and you have that kind of pillar of enemies along with the semicircle around you, don't clear out everything quite enough and you lose that orb early. Both these runners pretty experienced in that, cleared out very well and just start maintaining the center immediately.
Look for Mr. Dino, clear up the room. Watch out, Prince Leaf almost got a little too impatient on that spreader grab, but he was able to correct it, not get run over by that foot soldier, keeping that orb healthy. And it is going to be Prince Leaf, a little lead with the 3 flat. Mr. Dino just 2 seconds back with the 302. Amazing stuff that these runners are turning in yet again. They're not disappointing. It's time to go for some Taco Bell, gentlemen.
Oh, Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Product placement with Taco Bell.
Don't drop the chalupa. Grab some Baja Blast. Grab a churro because tank trouble is coming up right now. Prince Leaf has just a sliver of weapon left to go. That spreader using the nuke. It's a good opening drop. Mr. Dino getting nothing. Oh, and getting shot.
Yeah, when you're really not getting much and all of a sudden you get a couple of those foot soldiers going away from you, it's a little hard to maintain that room. Dino able to get it, but can be stuck in the corner for a little bit trying to get to this spreader.
That was an immaculate grab there by Mr. Dino, but then he just does not get rewarded by the game. You hate to see it.
Yeah. That you love the attempt right there, but just unfortunately, just one extra bullet there from the tank. Able to get one last shot off and is able to cut off Dino there. Unfortunately, going to lose him some time, but he gets a spreader. And then he gets the orb on the feet.
So at least the game is keeping Mr. Dino off. And honestly, did not lose that much time. He only lost 3 seconds.
Incredible.
And he has the chance at the ball buster just like Prince Leaf and has some spreader left. So we'll see how Mr. Dino decides to play off this opener. Lobbers to start for Prince Leaf. A good open and drop. Let's see if he gets the ball buster. He does.
Does get it there. Dino goes for it. Does get as well.
Tried to do the manual there, but got vibrated immediately there, did Mr. Dino, trying to go for the spreader damage. And now, whatever the weapon is, he's parking on it. I see nothing. There's a lobber, but right now Leaf's got the lead.
Leaf's got the lead, getting a split between lobbers and invulnerability right there. Gets rockets, not what you want to see exactly. Trying to get some more damage out there. The more this keeps happening right here, this will be interesting. Now they're trading off. Lobbers for Leaf, rockets for Dino.
But Dino having to do a lot of dancing to get to that lobber there, but he's able to pull it off. Leaf is in the lead by about a form or so. But Mutoy Man giving Leaf a little bit of fits on that lobber grab. Good grab there by Dino. But here's a spreader opportunity for Prince Leaf. And he's getting
out of the way.
Wow!
This
could be it.
Yeah. Wow, and then I think he gets another on the feet right there. That is a great read from Leaf right there. I think, like, because Mutoid had moved up initially, felt really good about taking that death, took the death.
And that key is probably going to be the dagger in game number 2 here for Mr. Dinos. Prince Leaf just needs to get these lobbers to land on... Oh, but he gets zapped. It's not over yet.
Yeah, it's going to be gone. This could be an empty drop for Leaf. This could be dangerous.
It is not an empty drop. It should be an up. All he needed was like a shot.
Wow, he just needed one. Oh, boy.
So that spreader ended up being enough for Prince Leaf to take this one and tie it up at 1 game apiece. You gotta love it. And Dino, not that far behind.
Not at all.
Yep, that one spreader right there that Prince Leaf got, and then another spreader on the feet to get that extra damage. That was just enough to take this one by less than 15 seconds. So we've had some very competitive games between the two already, and we just got started, folks.
Well, you figure the difference in the PBs between the two of them is, well, based on the 5:23 now, about 19 seconds. That holds pretty true to typical form for both of them.
So this is now essentially a best-of-5 showdown between Mr. Dino and Prince Leaf. I think Prince Leaf has shaken off the cobwebs after that letdown in game number 1. I think he takes game 3.
I have to agree with you there, Cards. If I'm going to hold true to my original prediction, I'm predicting a sweep here from Leaf for the rest of the way. So I'm looking at a game 3 victory for him. But I will say, Dino, I mean, as we already knew kind of going into these matches, it's going to take a couple fortuitous drops in Tank Trouble and Mutoid Man to really lock down that victory. Otherwise, it could be anybody's game. I think for a little bit there, we thought Dino was kind of more or less, just too far back, and then all of a sudden, it's a very close game at the end. So both these guys got to really get those drops to be able to get any kind of secured victory.
I will say this much, Taps. Dino cannot be relying on those drops in Tank Trouble that he got. I mean, he only lost 3 seconds in spite of a couple of mishaps there because the weapon quality was so good. That's normally not the kind of quality drops that you see in Tank Trouble. Usually you see, your foots, your invulnerabilities, your grenades and dudes. He's going to have to play Tank Trouble better. And if he doesn't, the RNG is going to start to tilt the wrong way. And if that happens, Prince Leaf, you may be right, Taps. He may end up sweeping the rest of the way. You never know. But both runners are ready. I'm going to get them started.
With all due respect to new kids on the block, Mr. Dino thus far has been hanging tough. But as Cards mentioned, if the RNG starts to swing in Leaf's favor, we'll see how Mr. Dino is going to be able to hang in there, or is it just, will it be luck, or will it be skill, or will it be a little bit of both?
Well, it's always going to be a little bit of both. You need skill to do well. I mean, you don't lose the matches in the arenas, but if you play very well, play very poorly, and be behind that 8-ball in the Mutoid Man fight, you're going to have a tough time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel right now, this is a... I'm very confident in Leaf right now. I think my guy's been really working at the game. I think he's more honed in than maybe he's ever been into a tournament. I think he's ready to really take this match. He's really ready to bring it into the grand finals. I'm very confident Leaf taking this one right here.
Prince Leaf gets the whole shot by about a second after that last foot soldier on Mr. Dino's side. It was giving him a lot of problems. That Neo Anderson type of movement that you would see in the Matrix. As we have grenades on both. More grenades. Looks like Leaf is fishing for that orb. More grenades, man. Oh, and he gets clubbed down, and out an orb for Dino.
Oh boy.
So all of a sudden here, Prince Leaf having some runs, but persistence paying off. He gets an orb, so even though he took a death, he at least has the orb. But Dino should have the lead going into Eat My Shrapnel, and in fact he does with a time of 1:25. Prince Leaf going to be about 5 seconds back, 1:30.
If you're going to take a death and not have the orb and trying to hunt for the orb, now's the time to take it. Take it earlier than later, for sure.
Prince Leaf had a little bit of trouble with that swirl there, but was able to take it down. So now he can focus on taking out the shrapnels and the foot soldiers. Weapon quality kind of dry as Dino picks up a dude.
Seems like he's weapon hunting, and there's a grenade, and that's not exactly the weapon he wants.
And it's in a bad spot, too. So, of course, Mr. Dino is going to ignore it wisely. So, another dude! Nuke. Prince Leaf wants to stay clear of that. It's going to be a time penalty if he hits it. Dino still has the lead, and it's still a 5-second race.
But I can tell you, like, someone like Dino, who's been working at this game as well for quite a long time, you're so used to this position to where you have the orb, you're kind of keeping it centered, you're hunting for items, and you're just getting nothing. This is probably a situation he's been in quite a bit, so I imagine he'll be able to maintain the center pretty easily here. But yeah, can you get that drop? Spreader is all right. Can you get those rockets? Can you get that razor?
Nice nuke grab there by Mr. Dino, and Prince Leaf doing some dancing here, trying to keep that orb healthy. There's a dude for him as well. He's going to ignore the bad spot. Dino with the invulnerability, another bad spot, so he's just going to ignore it. Foot for Prince Leaf in a bad spot on top of that mine. His own mine, by the way, right nearby. It is Dino with the lead at 3:06, and that lead is expanding.
Yeah. No, Leaf had a lot. Great nuke though at the end right there. Cleared out a lot of enemies with that nuke. Jeez.
Mitigated the loss because he could have been double digits back. He's 9 seconds back, and no weapons for either player as it's time for Taco Bell. Product placement with Taco Bell. There's been no shortage of that tonight, and I love it.
I think every single game we've had that enchilada, we've had the steak quesadilla, and of course, get yourself a large
nice
ball
pick
blast.
up there by Dino, but the problem is didn't utilize it to the way. Oh, he did. Just kind of distributed the weapons between both very nicely before the foot soldiers came in, and is rewarded with rockets. But not to be outdone, Prince Leaf getting a razor shield. Both of the gunners are done for him, so this could be very close coming out of here, provided that both can keep the orbs healthy. More rockets now for Dino. Watch out for that shrapnel. Very good. Rockets now for Prince Leaf, but losing the orb is Mr. Dino. Late. Not going to really hurt him. He's still going to have the lead, just won't be able to get the ball buster on Mutoid.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Prince Leaf not going to really lose much time on that lead. In fact, only loses a second at 4:28, but he does have the opportunity at the ball buster. So again, close match going into Mutoid. Sub 6 is in play for both, starting out with a lobber for Leaf, trying to take down the gunners up front. Good shots there. Now does not get the ball buster. He got flexed.
Oh, wow. I'm really surprised that caught the outside of the ball buster there for Leaf. Unfortunate not to get that. That was the one advantage that Leaf had going into this room. They are very even, though, as far as the damage.
Oh, yes, they are, but now
Leaf...
Leaf, though. Oh, and Leaf takes a death. I think he'll be able to get to the grenades, but the weapon quality right now favoring Dino. He's got the lead.
Very much. Absolutely. Dino's getting some great drops right there. Really landing these lobbers very nicely. Ignoring the key right there. Don't need to get it. Let's hope for that next drop. And then get the spread.
Good spot here.
There you go.
He's going to expand that lead.
Yeah, it won't be able to get the full invulnerability, but we'll get great damage here on the spreader. This is going to be pretty devastating to any chances Leaf
for Dino. Dino's there's an invulnerability. Leaf
needs a spreader.
Oh, the manual here, but he gets shot. Another empty drop for Dino. So the door is opening a little bit for Leaf. Grenades. That is, I don't think, going to be enough to finish the job for Mr. Dino. Leaf needs still another spreader, and that's not a spreader. It's over.
Yeah, grenades able to do enough for Mr. Dino, though. Got enough as that transition happened and into the next weapon. Taking down that final form there. Yeah, just a little unfortunate for Leaf there. Not able to get enough damage out. But that second last form made it a little bit closer than I think any of us expected there. Really did make it quite a game toward the end.
Yeah, the empty drop might have cost Mr. Dino a shot at a sub-6 there, but still, 6:09. Now, that's the kind of time that's going to win you a lot of races there, gentlemen.
Most certainly, as Leaf finishes up here, it's going to be a lot more distant than the rest of the race indicated. It's just, well, Trolltoid was being a little trollish.
Yeah, I mean, Leaf just did not get any kind of drops to help him out. I mean, it was the lobber train for Mr. Dino, then got a spreader in a good enough location that he could utilize it to send it to final form. And that was enough to give Mr. Dino a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 match. So Prince Leaf, and had that 524 coming in, that letdown sounds like it's continuing to happen for Leaf. So to me, I don't want to say this is a must-win for Prince Leaf, gentlemen, but you kind of have to believe that just based on what we've seen so far in these first 3 games, to me this feels like a must-win for Prince Leaf.
I would agree absolutely. The I don't even know if it's necessarily any. I mean, given these 4 opponents that we've had tonight, you don't want to go 3-1 down to any of them just because now you have to win. You have to win 3 matches before they win 1, right? So I think this is a very pivotal matchup for Leaf. Even this up 2-2 and it's anybody's game. You go down 3-1 to Mr. Dino, and you gotta feel that Dino is going to be able to eke out 1 to win the series.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, there's no discounting any of these runners' abilities here, but, Prince Leaf having to reel off 3 in a row against someone like Mr. Dino, I mean, he's certainly capable of doing that. But yeah, that's just not a situation you want to be in, especially in this stage of the game. When you're up against the best of the best, being down 3-1, you might as well be down 6-0 in best of 13.
Certainly less than ideal.
All right, both runners are ready, so I'm going to get them started.
I will say, as a Warriors fan, 3-1 is not impossible to come back from. We've seen it before, yeah.
And I'll tell you, as a Cardinals fan, no team in Major League Baseball has blown more 3-1 leads than the St. Louis Cardinals. They've done it 4 times. Cleveland Indians have done it twice. No other teams have done it multiple times. So here we go, game number 4. As Mr. Dino is looking to go up 3-1, Prince Leaf trying to equalize.
I'm a Phillies fan. I got nothing to add.
All right. In any event, it is going to be Prince Leaf and Mr. Dino very, very close. I got to look at the times here. 39. Yeah, they're dead even.
Not surprising, honestly. I mean, it looks like Mr. Dino maybe got the better score rounding right there. Probably killed less enemies right there, but Leaf able to handle what he got. Early drop right there, working out. Oh, very nice for. Look at Leaf getting the Razor, getting the orb early.
Now, he won't be able to get to that spreader because it's too far south. That Razor Shield's going to restrict you from going there, but he gets rockets an even better prize.
And it's just nothing on Dino's side until that orb.
77. Yeah, he needed that orb because Prince Leaf was starting to pull away at that point here. Mr. Dino, he's still going to find himself several seconds back, 8 seconds back, but the important thing is that he's got that orb. He has to keep that orb healthy, or else Prince Leaf could be easily ahead double digits.
Absolutely.
Oh no, he did drop the orb. I don't know how he dropped it, but he dropped the orb.
I'm going to take a look at the replay here, and he got swirled.
Oh, the swirl took it away.
He was a little too close to the door when the swirl came in the south door.
Ouch. And now he's got to get an orb, or else he is going to be in dire straits here in game number 4. Prince Leaf keeping that orb healthy, starts off with a nuke, give him a breather, and no orb replacement for Dino. If he doesn't get drops, he's in trouble. And he gets clubbed!
I see what he's going for. He's really trying to get the angle right there. But still gets the orb for placement. Wow, RNG.
That was just manipulation, gentlemen. That was just a manip strat by Mr. Dino.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
But he is going to lose a little bit of time because of that death. But he is at least going to be able to keep up. But it's rockets for Prince Leaf now. Great drops to be able to shred through these foot soldiers. Mr. Dino not really getting anything to complement that orb. So yeah, Prince Leaf, look at this time. 2:54.
Yeah, Leaf doing some really nice dancing there, using the circulation of the orb and just kind of working around those crowds, really getting the rockets out in the best time. Just shreds down that group right there. Gets through with a great time. And yeah, Dino, for everything that happened right there, yeah, you can't help but you're going to be getting it out of it.
Yeah, he's 22 seconds back. Yeah, he dropped the orb twice in that room, and that is exactly what you can't be doing against Prince Leaf here. So, Prince Leaf, you know, if this tank trouble does not work out for Dino, I'm not gonna lie, folks, he could be a minute back.
And rockets for Leaf. This is looking really phenomenal for him.
Oh, this is looking really good for Prince Leaf. Yeah, it took him an extra game because you thought he was really feeling it there, Tapatio, but he's really feeling it here in game number 4. He is on a roll. And more rockets!
Oh my God. He's feeling PB now.
Oh, he's feeling tournament record. I mean, the way this is going, this room should be almost over, and it is over. He's got 4:03. He's looking to have an 87-second
How
fight.
do these guys do it? This is incredible. Like, I've seen these times. They are flying through that tank trouble. Like, it's nothing.
I know Dino has made mistakes. No ball buster, unfortunately, for Prince Leaf, as he was trying to grenade the gunners up front. But still, he's going to have a big lead right now. Lobbers are always a good thing to start. If he wants that record, he's going to need to start seeing spreaders.
That's true, but I don't think he'd be arguing too much about getting these lobbers. Unfortunately, didn't get the refill right there. It's going to have to go for rockets, right? But then gets the lobbers back. So it's looking pretty good. Has an arm pop. It's going to have another arm pop pretty soon by the time Mutoid's able to even start attack, or Mr. Dino is able to start attacking.
It's 40 seconds back for Mr. Dino, and that lead is probably widened because of the quality of drops. But here's an empty drop. Now a spreader, but it's in a bad spot. He will not be able to pick that up.
No.
Another empty drop, though, for Prince Leaf. Now he picks up a lobber there. Rockets for Dino will be able to clear the gunners up front, but he needs to see a spreader now. And even that might not be enough.
Spreader will help make up a couple forms here, make it a little bit closer, but right now, yeah. As long as Prince Leaf still keeps getting dropped and gets something like that. Oof.
That gets the spreader. Sub-6 is definitely in play if he can get good transfer damage. Another spreader in a bad location. Final form for Prince Leaf. If he got enough transfer damage, no. He's going to need another weapon.
Yeah.
And it's an empty drop.
Empty.
Just stole Sub-6 from him right there. Oh, you hate to see it. And he just needed a couple shots.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he barely did anything.
He still is going to win, but the game just stole Sub-6 from Leaf.
60X.
It's going to be a 601.
Yeah, 601 and a half.
But that's
still really good, but I thought he was going to get Sub-6. But the Final Form does what Final Form does best. I'm sure that it's happened to you plenty of times, Tapatio. When you're on that same wavelength, all you needed is one drop, and it's an empty drop, and then boom, there goes the Sub-6.
Oh yeah, precisely. That's actually what I was about to say. You see those opportunities for a really quick time, and you just kind of hold your breath, and then you don't get it. And you just have to kind of shake that off, keep it moving, and work with what you got. And I think that Leaf did that well. Yeah, didn't work out ideally. You want to get that Sub-6. Leaf, show the love too with the HWC tag. I appreciate it very much, my man. And Leaf showing, he's an old vet here. He knows what he's doing. And then we're at a best 3 out of 5.
So just like in the first match, gentlemen, we're down to a best of 3.
Or to say 2 out of 3, yeah.
Best 2 out of 3 now between Mr. Dino and Prince Leaf, and It worked for me the last time I said it. I'm gonna say it again. I think whoever wins this game is winning the match.
I don't know about you, Burgundy. That's how I feel. I think whoever takes this game, God, you gotta win to the other side. I don't think it's gonna happen. Whoever wins this game right now might have it locked down for the loser side right now.
I have to agree at this point. This is, I mean, it's been very back and forth, and you could certainly see it going to 7. But I think whoever takes Game 5 here will ultimately win the match and advance on.
Both runners are ready. I'm going to get them started, so let's do this.
Oh boy, you got the silver and the gold on the layout right now. This is going to be intense. Early drops are going to matter, but I feel like this always really comes down to, how do people enter after Total Carnage? How they go into Tank Trouble, and how's it work out from there? Tank Trouble into Mutoid Man. That's your big decider, I feel.
And I'll tell you what, Dino cannot play the way he played here in game number 5 that he just did in game number 4. Can't be dropping those orbs early on before Tank Trouble. Otherwise, Leaf could be walking away here in 6 games. He's got to correct those mistakes. He's got a shake last game behind him and just play a better race this time.
Yeah, both runners mowing down their lanes right now. Leaf using that upper section right there actually almost melts his entire shield right there. Both entering at a very similar time. Very
well.
Cool.
Actually, you got to keep in mind Dino, because he can't sync up the runners. He actually has a second.
Yes, actually, yeah, he is a little bit off timer-wise.
Yep, he's not able to sync, obviously, because he's in the race right now, but he does have the lead by a second half. They both start with an invulnerability here in collect powers. Second drop orb for Dino. Can he get to it? No, he cannot. He cannot.
Oh, no.
The foot soldiers just kept coming from the right door and just could not find that opening to grab the orb safely there. Bad break there for Dino.
That's a mental check for any runner right there.
And now look at this.
Yeah, if you lose that orb early, you have to be wondering, when am I going to get in my next one? Am I ever going to get in the next one? And does the other guy have an orb already? Because I'm screwed if that's the case.
Dino's in the lead by 4 seconds, but yeah, he has to see an orb here in Ian my Shrapnel. He's got to watch out for that swirl. He's able to take it down. Now it's just about damage control, and I got to imagine he's going to be fishing for that orb. Yeah, he's going to grab anything he can get his hands on to get that orb. Dude!
They're not playing.
Oh my goodness gracious here. Prince Leaf.
This is where you can do it, though. This is where you can do it with Mr. Dino. You keep on, you hunt for these items. You just search them down every time. I'm surprised he's not grabbing the dude, honestly. There he goes.
Well, I wanted to, I guess, get the foot soldiers under control, I suppose, but unfortunately for Dino, 213, he's an out. That lead is cut to a second.
It's even, though.
Yeah.
Just about.
But that lead is going to now grow and grow for Prince Leaf the longer Dino doesn't see another orb. And now it's an invulnerability. Yeah, the game absolutely just toying with him after dropping that early orb at the door that he just could not get his hands on. You hate to see it. Prince Leaf keeping that orb healthy, not really getting any weapon drops to complement the orb. So, I mean, well, there's a Razor Shield, though, so that's really going to help.
Oh, and Leaf drops the orb himself.
And Dino gets an orb.
Gets the orb. That's a huge switch.
Maybe a turnaround here, but Dino needs to get the middle back because those purple shirts got sabotaged, but that nuke is going to save him.
Yeah, Leaf operating with the Razor Shield and the rockets gets into the Razor Shield, should be able to maintain the center, but will he be able to clear it out very well? I think Dino's going to take the lead on this with the orb here.
Not quite. It's
not quite. Okay.
But it's a 320 for Dino, so because of the orb flip-flop, he's only down by 1 second. As it's time to grab that chalupa, get that Baja Blast, and enjoy Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell.
Now you got me craving a Nachos Bel Grande.
Oh, that sounds good. All right, tank trouble, and starting off with the spreader, that's not bad, especially when you don't have an orb. A nuke, good opener for Dino. That's about the second best drop you'd want. Maybe the third if you're talking about razor. Ooh, rockets, can he get to it? Now can he get the gunner? Yes, he does. Got dangerously close to those purple shirts, though.
Wow, able to shake him, able to get that lane fired down on. Dino doing well. Leaf doing pretty well with the limited action there, but very nicely done by Dino. Unfortunately, Dino losing that orb.
Yeah, but Princeleaf not really getting any weapons. This is typical tank trouble drops. Another replacement for Dino. He needed to see that. He should keep that lead. Unless Princeleaf's and he gets clubbed down by the foot soldiers there. We'll be able to get the orb, but we do have a lead change. It is Mr. Dino back in the lead with a 439. He has to feel he's trailing. I mean, little does he know, he is in the lead by double digits. This has been a disaster for Princeleaf. Dropping the orb at the end and taking a death. He is in some trouble here as he is down by 17 seconds.
17 seconds, not insurmountable. A big enough lead to have to worry about, and if you're in his position, you have to feel like you're behind right now. Look at this though!
Wow, spreader for Dino. He has a little invulnerability left, but he's gonna get run over.
Leaf was huge invulnerability. Oh, and then extra drop from Dino. No,
that could have been huge if he would have just backed off. But gets another spreader.
Wow. The drops.
Oh, these drops have been insane for both. And now both of them getting killed here. Grenades now a K for Leaf. The gunners are still, by the way, attached on Leaf's side. So right now it's advantage Dino. This could be a battle of attrition. Empty drop, though. Dino's got the lead. Rockets now for Dino. An empty drop, and Princeleaf won't be able to do anything. But a spreader!
He will be able to do something. He's going to take the death. He's going to try.
Can he get to it? Can he get to it?
I think he has it.
Got it.
He's going to take the lead,
take the form.
Oh, this is going to be very close here. No, he won't. He does not get final form off of that.
Oh, I thought he'd have more of it. He doesn't get the lobs, but he gets the lobs after.
Oh my goodness, guys! This is too close. This is too close. Dino got run over. Can he get to that lobber? Can he get to that lobber? No. Leaf.
Rockets on Leaf. He has a lobber too. He can get in with the lobber, I think.
Oh, Leaf is going to steal this one, I think. I think this is going to be enough.
Oh, he got it.
Leaf comes from behind. That's better. Oh, Dino right there. Wow. Princeleaf, 6:45. Dino going to be less than 10 seconds back with a
good God
50. 5 seconds. Good night.
Sweating. I'm sweating right now. Jesus.
Leaf just stole game number 5 for Mr. Dino in a similar fashion that 40 Watt stole game 6 from Mr. Dino in the quarterfinal second chance match. Oh, getting run down on the final form there was the difference there. Princeleaf getting the spreader. I thought when he didn't get that final form and he was in trouble, but the final form, that's what Mutoid Man does best, become Troll Toy Man, and that's exactly what happened with Dino. The empty drop there, and Leaf steals it from 17 seconds back, and now Mr. Dino is not in a good spot.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, Mr. Dino has to be feeling a little bit of pressure there, but I think most of the races right here that have been part of this series, it's like you just kind of know that Mutoid shafty a little bit right there, and I gotta feel that Dino's really, he's right there. It's literally one drop or not from the other side, so it's really hard to call this next match. Phenomenal showing for both of them.
I think I have to now agree with my commentator partner Bergs here. I think this is going to end in 6.
That was my initial prediction, and a stopped clock is right twice a day, and this might be one of those 2 times.
Indeed. Mr. Dino going to have to shake off that last game because, I mean, he was right there, had the 17-second lead, had the lead for a majority of it. Leaf getting a good spreader, didn't get maximum damage out of that, and that's what enabled Mr. Dino to hold that lead. But then getting run over on the final form with an empty drop, being parked on that empty drop, stopping Dino's progress, and that was enough for Prince Leaf to slip in the back door.
Yeah, I think when you talk about two runners like this right now, I mean, we're going to the last match right here, going into, I think Leaf gets an excellent nuke right there. Dino's going to be right behind.
Let's take a look. It's a 39 for Leaf. Yeah, Leaf does have the whole shot by about 2
Just
seconds.
barely. Just barely. Very close.
Yeah, it's 2 seconds of a lead right now for Prince Leaf, and this opening drop, this could be an orb here, but it's an invulnerability instead. I was trying to call the shot there, not even close. There's rockets for Mr. Dino.
Rockets for Dino, that's a kind of small thing, but then leads into something big. There you go. There's the orb for Mr. Dino, looking very nice at this early part right here. Rockets for Leaf as well.
He was a little bit timid grabbing at him. It kind of makes you wonder if that last game was on his mind. Ooh, Leaf having to dodge some shrapnel. Let's take a look. It's 126, 128. 2-second lead now for Mr. Dino. Gets to start, but has to watch out for that swirl. He's able to get by. All right, so now Dino can keep control of the middle. It's a razor shield for Prince Leaf, and now he gets the orb that he desperately needed. Because he could have been the one in trouble if he didn't get that orb.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, and then Rockets with the orb, with the razor. Dino doesn't go for it. Doesn't really need to early on right now.
Late in the room, the razor shield's more of a hindrance because if you have any part of it left, it's a time penalty.
Very slight, but yeah, absolutely. Doesn't want to use that as an offensive weapon.
Thought that was the last one. That's a mistake there. 212 to 11. Still 1 second.
Tied up.
Yeah, 1 second. He did lose a second because of that nuke.
Yeah, again, we have a slight differential right there between our two runners as far as the beginning time.
Oh my God, that was too close. Mr. Dino just got to the nuke. He was maybe a couple pixels away from being shrapneled.
Absolutely.
All right, razor shield though, great drop. Dino can keep control of the middle. Leaf seeing grenades, not what he wants to see. He's looking for rockets or a razor shield of his own. But the weapon's just not cooperating. Gets a key.
None of these guys wanted to visit the Pledge Dome tonight. Hey, maybe Saturday night. We'll see what's up.
I don't know. That'd be cool to see the two finalists do like a normal % Pleasure Dome run. That would be quite epic.
There we go.
Look
at these! Oh, look at these guys! All right, flying through.
They're in sync, but Dino actually still has about that 1-2 second lead on Prince Leaf, but this is tense. But more importantly, Dino has a full clip of rockets to take with him. As it's time once again for Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell.
And Chorito, Taco-rito, get your frosty Baja Blast.
Oh, beautiful. Gets a nuke and reserve some of that clip of the rockets there. So Dino off to a good start. Spreader of Leaf dangerously close to losing that orb. Oh, and Dino getting taken down.
Did that come from a shrapnel right there? That is surprising death.
If that was a shrapnel, that's one of the more sneaky shrapnels you will ever see. Does get an orb replacement, but we may be seeing a lead change here.
Just a bit.
Oh, and Dino drops the orb again as the green shirt steals it.
Oh, boy.
Could not get the movement around. Almost gets clubbed down, and it is Leaf with the lead.
Yes, and that's going to actually be big. Dino was looking great to kind of keep it pretty even with Leaf right there. Leaf will be able to get an extension on this lead, though, so it's all
now decision time for Leaf. Is he going to forego the ball buster? He's not going to forego the ball buster. He wants to take the Gunners out now. He's going to go for the ball buster, then try to get manual.
Wow.
Ball buster.
Great play from Leaf right there. That's phenomenal.
Plays, gentlemen. Prince Leaf is feeling it.
That was phenomenal. That was as good as he could have done with the situation you're given.
Right now, though, Dino's been keeping up. He's not out of it by any stretches. He's going to pick
not
up
at all.
Lobber.
Actually, Leaf or Dino.
Oh, and Leaf gets run over. We may see a lead change the spreader. That's a bad spot by Dino. He backed off. I mean, that spreader's in a bad spot. Now he's going to pick it up, try to get a manual.
Oh.
He gets invulnerability!
He has invulnerability. This is going to be changed.
Wow.
Oh, another invulnerability, but he's not going to focus on it.
Oh, he's a manual.
Yeah, he's got it. Oh, no.
Oh, he had the invulnerability after. Why?
No. Oh, he tried to get more manual. He could have had the wombo combo there, and instead, he's getting punished. But Leaf getting punished as well.
Yeah, it's looking bad for Leaf, too.
Oh, look at this. This is Troll Toy Man at its finest. Unbelievable.
This is ridiculous.
This is Troll Toy Man at its finest. It's trying to steal it from Dino. A spreader. You'll have to manual, and he gets run over again.
No way.
Vulnerability.
Oh, no.
Leaf's going to be leaving this up. Yep, evened up. Leaf, Dino's able to get the grenades right now. Rockets and grenades from Leaf is going to be very
close. Not going to be able to get those lobbers. No. And Leaf has a lobber.
Leaf gets thrown over.
He gets run over. Another empty drop. But
and a block.
This is what's going on. What's going on?
Mutoid, why? Manual job. No, he doesn't get it.
And Leaf gets it better, but he's got to do manuals. Oh my God! Final form for both of them.
No, but Leaf gets a decent. Oh no, but he dies.
I don't know if he got any transfer. Another empty drop.
No, he doesn't.
Another empty drop.
That was looking good.
This has to be a record. This has to be a record for empty drops. I don't believe what I'm seeing here, gentlemen. We're going to see a 7-0x win this because Mutoid Man doing Mutoid Man things. Dino's going to survive.
Dino forces Game 7 on the trolliest of Trolltoids for both competitors. This was a 80-piece rubber band here.
Yeah, rubber band. That was a whole box full of rubber bands that we just saw. How many empty drops was that between the two runners? That was absolutely sick.
Too many.
I lost my mind during that fight. You could tell in my voice right there. That entire fight, I think, has got to be highlighted somehow because that was absolutely gross what we just saw. The RNG.
Low light, I think, is more accurate.
We've called a lot of races together, gentlemen, but I don't think I've ever seen a trollier Mutoid Man for both players in the same race than what we just saw right there.
No.
I agree wholeheartedly. That was absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, NBA Jam-esque. Rejected, just getting slapped down left and right. Both of our runners getting over 7-minute times. That is some absolute shenanigans right there.
Yeah, it's like, get that out of here! My goodness gracious. You know what? To me, it's anybody's guess who's going to win. I can't even predict a winner just based on what we saw there. I honestly, this is nuts.
We've seen things that I never thought I would see before. This is a heck if I know at this point. I think we're all in that same boat.
I think we're going to pop off for the last round right here. Game 7 going to losers semifinals round right here. MrDino023 against Prince Leaf. Let's hear it, y'all. Who do you think is going to take this last game? This is what it's all about right here. This is for the big money right here as well.
Yep, there is a
Let's see your shout-outs in chat.
Yep, the winner moves on is guaranteed at least $50 and a Super Nintendo controller. The loser will take home $40 and a Super Nintendo controller. But that winner going to be one step closer to the grand prize. They're going to have a date with CHX42 to determine who will face Brysolf in the Grand Championship. Those races will be coming your way on Sunday. But here we go. The final game, Game 7, between Mr. Dino and Prince Leaf. Oh my goodness. It could go either way. I like I said, it's anybody's guess.
I'm not gonna hold my bias right now. I am really pulling for my boy Prince Leaf right now to take it to the end. Let's see a dub. Come on.
39.5 is the time for Prince Leaf. It's a 40.5 for Dino. So right now, it's Leaf holding on to a second lead. May not seem like much, but the way we've seen these races go down in this tournament, every second counts. Opening foot versus grenades. There's a razor shield for Leaf. More grenades now as we're seeing some pitiful drops to open Game 7.
This will happen every now and then to you in the good old Smash TV shenanigans that do happen.
Ooh,
You just don't
good.
see anything for
This
a while.
is what you like to
Leaf
see.
has a little something.
They both have
Dino
it.
has a little something. Let's
Yes.
go.
You want to see this for a game number 7. It's Prince Leaf with a 123. Dino has to keep that orb healthy. The drops were atrocious. You know, a lot of grenades. That's why his time's going to be bleeding here. A 131, 8 seconds.
Ooh,
but
but
Leaf
Leaf takes a bad death right there. This is going to be
that was the
big.
swirl. We saw that happen in the match against Brysolf. I hadn't even thought about that for a while because Prince Leaf had done such a good job. That's the first time he's died there to the swirl.
Oh, he got shrapneled. I'm looking at the replay.
Wasn't it? Oh, it was a shrapnel. Wow.
He was trying to avoid the swirl, and that's when he got shrapneled.
Ah, so the swirl had an assist.
Yeah.
There you go.
A
So
swirl shrapnel sandwich.
there you go. In any event, Dino has that orb healthy, and Prince Leaf not getting weapons to finish off the room. It's 2:09. Dino's going to gain time. How much will be the question? It's going to be 2:14, 5 seconds, so 3 seconds he picked up.
Leaf has to be seeing an orb hopefully soon or continued item drops to be able to keep up. Otherwise, yeah, that time's going to be slipping early. Again, you just have to be
Does
hoping.
find that orb.
There
He
we are.
needed it. Rockets, though, for Dino, he's been riding some good weapons so far here in Total Carnage. So as long as he keeps the middle, keeps that orb healthy, that's the thing. He cannot afford to drop that orb right now in this crucial stage of this game. Spreader in a bad spot. He is going to be able to grab it. He's able to find an opening. Watch out for that shrapnel. Get back to the middle and get more spreaders. Great weapons here for Mr. Dino. Should have the lead here. More spreaders. So he got great weapons. Leaf loses his orb now.
Ooh, wow. Leaf losing that orb. Grenades on Dino's feet, unfortunately, to kind of lose that a little bit of time, but both going to be exiting out at about the same time.
3-second lead for Mr. Dino. 3:12, 3:15. No time for Taco Bell. It's serious business here. Game number 7. 3-second match. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. You couldn't ask for a closer match. Of course, Dino has that orb. Leaf doesn't, but we've seen Dino drop this orb many times here in Tank Trouble. This opening weapon, critical for Dino. It's Rockets! But can he get to it? He does. Can he clear the room? He does. Watch out for that
Orb, meanwhile, for Leaf.
Yep, Leaf needed to see that orb
Leaf,
to at least keep distance, but he has to find a way to keep that orb healthy. Dino having to do some dancing here. So Leaf getting some good weapons here. Dino gets a spread, but can he get to it? Oh, man, he did some good nifty dancing there to get to that spreader there and keep that orb healthy. More spreaders, so Dino's staying afloat.
These two keeping very close with the drops right now. Difference in when they got the spreaders and the rockets, but keeping very close between one another. They are melting this room right now.
The orb blade is Dino at the end of the room. So
Leaf with a little bit of advantage.
He is going to have the advantage by 2 seconds plus an
Maybe.
orb. This is going to be tight.
Oh, baby. It's Game 7. Lose or go home. How is Mutoid gonna treat you? Let's
Both
see
starting
it.
with empty drops, and another MT drop. Is this? I
No, no.
Man.
I
We
can't
did get
tell
the
if
ball buster though.
he did get the ball
Leaf
buster.
takes a death.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but this is part 2 of the nasty Mutoid Man acting up. I have no words left, gentlemen. I'm getting to the point where the Mutoid Man is.
Dino's getting lobbered. Leaf going for the manual right now. Dino getting in better damage with the lobber. He's seeing vulnerability too.
He's not landing many shots though, so Prince Leaf's not really able to take much advantage. Finally gets the second gunner off. This is very close. But
2 arms off for both. Lobber's going for Leaf. Not going for Dino. He has empty. He has nothing right now. Chest pop for Leaf.
Wow, he almost got lasered.
Oh, spreader! Dino with the spreader!
Dino has a chance.
This
He
is
got
a great
this.
spreader here!
Leaf has a chance too, but he has to have it given off, and he has to go manual.
Oh my goodness gracious, this is way too
Oh, it's going down to it.
empty drop for Dino. Spreader! Another spreader!
He's gonna take a chance.
He could get parked out. He's gonna get it.
He gets
oh my
it.
goodness! Will he get the transfer damage? Will he get the
Final
transfer
He gets
damage?
the damage. The spreader. The
Is it
lobber.
gonna be enough?
Would be enough.
Not enough!
It's not enough.
Empty drop!
No, but he hasn't. He takes it down.
Will he get the lobber?
That's
No!
on Prince Leaf's side.
Oh my goodness gracious!
It's all down last drop. Grenades there for Leaf, and Dino gets it.
I don't believe it! Folks, we may have just seen the new match of the tournament.
I think maybe. Oh my goodness, and Leaf is right there. He just is one drop away.
I do not know what to say there, gentlemen. Mutoid Man keeping it going with the empty drops these last 2 games.
Wow.
I have never been so speechless in commentary. I've been doing commentary now for 5 years. I've never been speechless like this in my life.
Respect it though. MrDino023 has rose up from the ashes. He was gone, and he has come back to take the match, and he has gone to the losers bracket finals. You best believe it.